What have you seen out of UNC so far?
Well, not a lot because I'm still breaking down last night's tape. So, but obviously I've seen them a little bit just on live play and very talented. We got a piece of them last year, and they basically got their whole team back. So they're deep, they're big, very fast, great transition team, great offensive rebounding team. So it's Kentucky, it's Gonzaga, maybe even more so, just because of their depth and overall talent. So this is a very good basketball team, so we know we're going to have to play very well.
Them not having Meeks, is that a similar opportunity for Tony like against Gonzaga when they did?
Well, yeah, obviously not having Meeks hurts them, but because of their depth, they're either going to rotate another big in or another guard that's going to be 6'6", 6'7", and continue to be able to play at a high level of speed. But obviously he's a very talented kid, but I think he's their fourth leading scorer. So there's enough offense there to be able to make up for what he's not going to be there. But our strengths are what our strengths are. We've got very good guard play, and we've got inside depth that we have to take advantage of, and that's not easy against Carolina.
Any sense of Welsh and Ali?
I saw Welsh this morning. The guy's got a light lift in and stretch and some film. He looked much better. So it looks like he's going to be fine for Saturday. Prince is day-to-day. Prince, because of the bruise, it'll be how he feels. I think he feels a little bit better today, but he hasn't done any running and jumping. So, obviously we had a game last night and we didn't practice today. So we'll find out more tomorrow and Friday with our two practices in New York.
When you guys choose to schedule this tough, is it primarily designed to get you ready for conference play, or is it for NCAA tournament?
Yeah, it helped us last year. We didn't win any of those games last year, but even not winning them because we played them and we ended up being a team that was kind of on the bubble. If you looked at all those other bubble teams, we played a better schedule, and that ended up helping us. One, you get to see us more, and two, because we play those top 50 teams, it helps. But it's really not for that. It's really for our development and to get a good test of playing the best of the best so that we can see weaknesses and work on those things and get us ready, for league play. Now, we're in a season where we're going to end up playing a top 15, top 20 schedule strength non-conference, and now you're right now entering, in another week or two, you're entering the best league in the country right now from an RPI standpoint. So that's a lot to throw at a team that's got some experience, more than last year, but still not what we'll have, I think, a year from now. But it's all by chance. We get in this Champions Classic. The first game was in Chicago. The next one was in New York City. Now it helps us a little bit next year. We're in Vegas, and our exempt tournament's in Anaheim. So we don't have a lot of travel. Our only travel is going to be at Kentucky next year. So it kind of goes in cycles, but we want to make sure we're playing a top-notch schedule. I think the fans want that, but our players want that. And I may, snicker about it, but I like it too. I liked it as a player, and I've always liked it as a coach of playing good competition, and because I think it's easier for a coaching standpoint to get a really good barometer of where we're at. What's our pluses, what's our minuses, what we do well, what we don't do well. And then I think that helps kind of build that trust in the locker room of, hey, this was a good team and they did this to us. We got to get better at this.
Bryce's field goal percentage has gone up pretty noticeably since the last two seasons. Is that shot selection, or has he just been working on something in his shot?
Yeah, I think, last year, and we've talked about that, not having that experience. First year being a reserve off the bench, and they would either double Kyle or they'd double Jordan, and he'd get some really good looks. Last year, after losing all those guys, that main concentration was on him, and to get good looks was going to be hard anyway. So I think the year he had last year was pretty special because there wasn't a lot of double teaming going on to whether it was Norman or Isaac or Bryce to get open looks. This year, now with our balance and having that experience, he knows. He's had a year of starting and playing a lot of minutes. You're seeing that in Isaac. Isaac's off to a much better start than he was a year ago, and I think that's experience. Tony's the same way. Tony had very few double-doubles going into his senior year. Now he's getting double-doubles just about every night. So that experience, when they stay in school, you start getting more familiar with how to play and being able to make the right plays, and you're seeing that. And the thing with Bryce that I've been very impressed with is, he's done a really good job of, there's a calmness to when he's on the floor, and he's doing a great job with leadership, and the guys trust him, and he's making big plays, whether it's a big shot or a big pass. He's making big plays at opportune times, and that's what we need him to continue to do.
You're currently on a 5-game winning streak, playing really well. What do you attribute to the team's improvement since Kansas?
Well, I think one, playing the teams that we've played, and they're getting to see it. Like our guys recognize Monmouth winning, pretty convincingly at Georgetown last night. So they notice these things, and so now they feel good about the experiences they've had, and the young guys are starting to learn. I was watching tape with Aaron this morning, and watching tape with him now versus a month ago is a lot different. He sees things easier than what he did a month ago. So getting that experience and getting it against really good teams, you see what UNLV's doing. I mean, we've had great, just one good team after another, and to come away being 8-3 and knowing that we're a couple possessions away from being 10-1, I think they've built trust in that locker room. We talk about all the time that, good teams, I think coaches keep you accountable. The great teams, that locker room keeps each other accountable. And that, we're still developing that. But we could be that kind of team if the players continue to keep one another accountable and keep getting better every day. And it's been a good stretch of that.
From an outsider's viewpoint, the team does look like it has outstanding chemistry.
Well, that's what's fun. And right now I'm trying to make them tougher. And that's not easy because I don't. It's like I told them yesterday. I said, I don't like getting on you. I don't like chewing on you. But they're just such great guys. They get along well. They're easy to coach. They work hard. It doesn't matter if we could be day before or 5 days out from a game. They give it everything they got. They come in and watch tape. They come in and work. I was giving Tony a hard time today. All of his numbers have gone up, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, except one, and that's foul shooting. And so he dropped to 47 with his incredible shooting performance at the line last night. He dropped to 47. So I'm out there just kind of giving him a hard time. I'm like, look, you're going to start getting hammered in the post if you don't make these foul shots. And so, but he's in here. Here he is, night after a game. We're getting ready to leave from New York City, and he's the first in the gym working on foul shooting. And so they're just great guys. They get it, and that's why I always so proud of them when success hits them, because they deserve it. They put in the time, they work at it, and they're really a close-knit group. So that makes it a lot of fun to coach.
What do you see as his issue in foul shooting when you're looking at it?
Well, that's what I told him. I said, you got great form. It's not a form issue. This isn't that you're shooting it any different, and if you watch us practice and it's clown time, he wants to do clear outs to where he gets to shoot jump shots. And last night he made a 15-foot elbow shot. And I'm like, so you can make a live 15-foot elbow shot, but now, the free throw becomes a different issue. So, we're playing mind games with him now, but we're having fun with him. And it's not a form issue. It's not a mechanic issue. It's really just about getting comfortable. But I know Tony, he's a prideful guy, and he knows he's leaving points, not just for himself, but more importantly the team, on the table, because he's getting fouled a lot more this year. He's getting to the free throw line more. He's getting the ball in the basket more. We were talking about in the film this morning as a staff. He's never been really good at getting his own miss back. And the first 3 years, he never did that. This year, he's getting his own miss back, and that's showing improvement. So every player's got things they got to work on, and he knows his is foul shooting.